Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
President Joe Biden is scheduled to meet with his national security team in the Situation Room later on Monday amid heightened tensions between Iran and Israel. The Islamic Republic is expected to attack Israel in the next 24 to 48 hours following a major attack by Hezbollah that left 2 IDF soldiers injured, top Western diplomats have warned. This would be the second time during the growing crisis in the Middle East that Iran has directly attacked Israel, the first being in April when it sent a salvo of missiles and drones overnight. But unlike the April attack, the U.S. admitted in a private call with G7 members that it doesn't know what the expected retaliatory strike will look like. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told the G7 yesterday that an attack in response to Israel, killing Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran and Fouad Shukr in Beirut, was imminent, as reported by Axios. Meanwhile, Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. Austin III reportedly spoke to Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant on Sunday to assure the Jewish state of U.S. support. Nevertheless, Iran has clearly signaled that it intends to attack its foe. Iran claimed today that it has the legal right to respond to Haniyeh's assassination, with Foreign Ministry spokesperson Nasser Kanani telling a news conference, "No one has the right to doubt Iran's legal right to punish the Zionist regime." The head of the country's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard, General Hossein Salami, meanwhile threatened Israel, warning that the state was digging its own grave by carrying on its war against terror group Hamas. They will see the result of their mistake. They will see when, how, and where they will get their response, Salami said in a speech. The threats from Iran comes just hours after Hezbollah, backed by the Iranian regime, launched a silo of 30 missiles from Lebanon towards Upper Galilee. Stark footage from the region showed Israel's Iron Dome air defense system firing defensive missiles to intercept the barrage. Despite this, 2 Israeli troops were wounded in the attack, which also set off a fire in northern Israel. Hezbollah said in a statement it targeted a military base in northern Israel in response to attacks and assassinations carried out by Israel in several villages in South Lebanon. The escalating tensions between Israel, Hezbollah and Iran have led to growing fears of an all-out war breaking out in the Middle East between Israel and Tehran's proxies. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his nation is already in a multi-front war with Iran, adding in a cabinet meeting on Sunday that Israel is ready for any scenario. Netanyahu has also been accused of not being sincerely interested in a ceasefire, as Hamas Haniyeh was the terror group's lead ceasefire negotiator. Middle East expert Andreas Krieg said that his killing, as well as Shukr's, collapsed months of work done by American, Qatari, and Egyptian mediators. Despite the increasingly war-focused rhetoric and the diminishing hope of a permanent ceasefire, many of Israel's allies are working to de-escalate tensions in the region. The U.S. said on the G7 call on Sunday that its choice to increase its military capability in the region was to bolster defense. It was also reported to have asked the other members to apply diplomatic pressure on Israel, Iran, and Hezbollah in an attempt to diffuse tensions. The G7 ministers said in a statement, "We express our deep concern over the heightened level of tension in the Middle East which threatens to ignite a broader conflict in the region. We urge all involved parties to refrain from perpetuating the current destructive cycle of retaliatory violence, to lower tensions and engage constructively towards de-escalation." No country or nation stands to gain from further escalation in the Middle East. In the meantime, several nations have commanded their citizens to leave the region amid fears that diplomatic measures to counter rising tensions fail. Japan and Turkey today told their citizens to leave Lebanon, while France and Italy told their citizens to leave a day prior. The UK, meanwhile, sent warships and military aircraft to the region to assist a potential evacuation of British citizens. Several Royal Air Force transport helicopters and 2 naval ships are on standby in the eastern Mediterranean, including the Type 45 air defense destroyer HMS Duncan and